I searched all of YouTube before recording this, and nobody has covered what I'm about to show you. And honestly, if I hadn't found this myself the hard way, this series would be over. Hi, I'm Chantal and welcome to AI for 50 Plus, born before Wi-Fi, owning AI. This is what happened. The original plan for this Smart Longevity series was something I was super excited about, having multiple notebooks chatting to each other through Gemini, because if you go in NotebookLM, you can only do it within one notebook. This is the magic that I was promised, and this is what I showed you in video 2. But then I started building the next videos. I wanted to make sure that I had all of the outputs that I was promising, so I wanted to test them all to see if it worked, because I didn't want to promise something that I couldn't deliver. I attached 2 or more notebooks in Gemini, and then I ran some tests just to see how things were going, and the results that were coming back weren't right. And I did it again and again and again for days. And I was saying to myself, what is happening here? At some point, I caught myself even yelling at my computer. At first, I thought, well, maybe it's user error, you know. I've been using AI for more than a year now, but you know what? I'm not infallible. So I went looking, and I went to Reddit. And there were thread after thread of people super frustrated with the same type of issue, and a lot more issues around Gemini, but that one was mentioned quite a few times. But nobody on YouTube were talking about it, just people in forums that were stuck. That told me 2 things. It wasn't user error, and someone needed to talk about it, so here I am. Let me show you what's actually happening, and I'll use Gemini's own explanation because it's not my interpretation. It's really how the tool describes what it does. When you go here at the bottom and you attach notebooks, you have to go in more uploads here, and then you attach notebooks to the chat, and that was the whole thing. I'll show you, you can do a number of notebooks, so I can do longevity, personality, let's say, and then I add it and they appear here. This is what happens, and it's actually explaining it because I said I need to explain this to my audience. So the first step is the search here. And what it does is that it doesn't read your notebook or the documents in your notebook the way NotebookLM reads your sources. It searches it like a keyword search. It's looking for terms that match your question, not reading every word in your data. Then step 2 is the snippet. Based on that keyword search, it pulls a few hundred words. That's it. Not your full data, just a fragment. And then, of course, the failure and the hallucination. If that keyword search misses the specific data point you asked about, like your HRV, and I'll show you after, Gemini doesn't say couldn't find it. It actually invents a number that could work with what it saw, because it's designed to be helpful. The big difference is that NotebookLM, if you go in NotebookLM, reads every single word of every single source in your notebook. No guessing. If the answer is in your document, it finds it. If it's not, it tells you automatically. That's the way it's programmed. Gemini is essentially guessing from a fragment. Even if you attach your nice notebooks that we built in video 1, it's only guessing. And that's not the same thing, not even close. And when you're talking about your blood work, your health, your actual data, close enough is not good enough. So let me show you. I attached my longevity notebook. And in my longevity notebook, I have my journal in there. So I asked, tell me what my HRV reading was on May 22nd, 2026. Your HRV reading is not currently available because the uploaded journal log only contains detailed data until April 19, which is, I'm sorry, bullshit. Because I sync it every time I write in my journal, I sync it in my notebook. So I said, okay, it was synced, but I did it again. Try again. HRV for May 22nd, 2026. And this was it gives me. 89, which would be great actually. And then resting heart rate and sleep duration, well, it's not at all what I have in my diary. I won't share it with you, but I actually slept 7 hours that night, and my sleep architecture was not at all like this. My respiratory rate was not the same. My bedroom environment, I mean, it's hot right now in Mexico, and actually I'm at 81 degree Fahrenheit, and humidity is never higher than 40. So, and my HRV is actually 52, not 89 for that night. Now, let's go to NotebookLM. I love NotebookLM, and this just confirms it, guys. So I went into my longevity notebook and I asked again, what was my HRV for May 22nd, 2026? Your height rate variability recorded for May was 52. That was exactly what it was supposed to find. So, and I've tested it a number of times, and it goes, even though I have 175 sources now, because I did a bit of a cleanup at some point, it goes into, and they're all checked, but it goes into it and it finds it. So I want to be fair here about Google. NotebookLM is part of Google, and it's an extraordinary tool and one of the best things that they've built. And Gemini is really good for a number of things: general research, drafting, summarizing. But the way this notebook attachment feature was advertised and marketed and demonstrated gives a very, very different impression of what it actually does. There's a gap between the demo and the reality. And when you're working with health data, that matters. And I've watched some brilliant creators and cover these tools like I had covered it. If you look at my video 1 at the end, I'm waxing eloquent about, having notebooks talking to each other. And obviously, none of us tested it at the depth that a health data series requires. When you're using AI for general productivity, that's one thing. But when you're using AI for blood work, your real numbers, that bar has to be higher. And you deserve to know the difference, and now you know. I'm going to be honest. When I found this out, I was embarrassed and I was gutted. The whole foundation of the Smart Longevity series was actually about notebooks talking to each other. So when I saw that it wasn't working, I seriously considered stopping. Not just the series, YouTube. But then I thought about why I started my channel, and I found a better way. Let me walk you through videos 1 and 2 that have already been published and what happens from there for videos 3 to 9 of the series. Video 1, this one here, I Stopped Guessing My Health, is my launch video. And this is where we're building the notebooks, longevity notebook and the day-to-day well-being notebook. And that's still the foundation, and that work stands completely. Now, for video 2, this one, My Brain Fog is Gone, it's the sleep video. It's solid, but the prompts that I had linked in the description rely on cross-notebook communication through Gemini. So as soon as this video is published, I'll update the prompts so that they work now entirely within NotebookLM. Now, for videos 3 to 9, we're going to use the smarter workflow. So from now on, Gemini has exactly just one job: writing the prompts that will help me generate the outputs in NotebookLM. That's it. Gemini writes the prompts. NotebookLM is actually the only AI that will read your data. No guessing, no hallucinations. And here I am in NotebookLM because what you need to do as well now is to upgrade your 2 most important notebooks, the longevity one and the day-to-day well-being one. Originally in the video 1, we had 4 notebooks. We had the 2 big ones, but we had smaller ones with your medical data, the health notebook that I called it, and your personality profile as well. So what I did in both longevity and day-to-day well-being is that I added those 2 smaller notebooks within it. For example, I have 3 medical data documents that I put in longevity and in day-to-day well-being. And I also put the 3 results from the personality test I put the 3 of them in longevity and the same thing in day-to-day well-being, because you'll see in some of the future videos, especially when we talk about social isolation, for example, personality tests are really, really useful. So that's what I did, and now NotebookLM can see everything. We don't need Gemini anymore as a middleman. It's all within the notebooks. And it's cleaner, and honestly, it's more reliable. It's a better system. I really think this series is stronger because of this change, because from now on, from video 3 onwards, all of the outputs you will be seeing will be created using a system that I trust completely. No guessing, no hallucinations, just NotebookLM checking your data against actual research. And the reason why I'm doing this video as a standalone video, instead of just changing all of the descriptions of the videos without saying anything, is because I think you deserve to know. And I want to have a channel where there's no hype and there's no glossing over the difficult parts. I want it to be honest. Now, I'm doing something different this time. Usually I would publish one video a week. This time I'm publishing this one, and at the same time I'm gonna have video 3 about movement out today as well. And I really hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.